Hello my curious. Welcome back to Curio Chem. Today, we're exploring the life and discoveries of Antoine Lavoisier, the man known as the father of modern chemistry. Before him, chemistry was mixed with myths and alchemy, but Lavoisier transformed it into the science we know today. Let's dive into his incredible journey. Early life and education. Antoine Laurent de Lavoisier was born in Paris in 1743. His family was wealthy, which allowed him to study at the best schools. At first, he studied law to follow family tradition. But young Lavoisier was fascinated by nature, minerals, and experiments. Instead of practicing law, he spent his money and energy building laboratories, collecting instruments, and studying science. His curiosity could not be contained. Early scientific work. Even before becoming famous in chemistry, Lavoisier worked on projects in geology and agriculture. He studied soils, minerals, and even urban water supply. This trained him to be precise, a quality that would later revolutionize experiments in chemistry. Breaking the phlogiston myth. In the 1700s, scientists believed in the phlogiston theory. They thought that when something burned, it released a substance called phlogiston. But Lavoisier was skeptical. He carefully weighed substances before and after burning. He found that metals actually gained weight when they rusted or burned. How could that happen if something was being released? Through experiments, he discovered that a part of air which he named oxygen combined with substances during combustion. This single discovery destroyed the phlogiston theory and explained fire, rusting, and even breathing. Lavoisier showed that life itself depends on chemistry. Water is a compound. Before Lavoisier, water was thought to be a basic element. But he proved that water is not an element. It's a compound of hydrogen and oxygen. This was revolutionary. For the first time, scientists began to understand that substances could be broken into smaller building blocks. Law of conservation of mass. Perhaps Lavoisier's greatest contribution was the law of conservation of mass. He showed that in every chemical reaction, the total mass of substances remains the same. Nothing is lost, nothing is created, everything is transformed. This principle is the foundation of all chemical equations we use today. The birth of modern chemistry. In 1789, Lavoisier published Traité élémentaire de chimie, the first modern chemistry textbook. In this book, he introduced a new scientific language. He named elements like hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and sulfur. He rejected confusing old names like vitriol and aqua fortis, and gave clear, simple terms. He also drew up one of the first tables of elements, a step that later inspired Dmitri Mendeleev to create the periodic table. Role in society and challenges. Outside the lab, Lavoisier worked as a tax collector, which was unpopular during the French Revolution. Despite his contributions to science, his political role made him enemies. In 1794, during the Revolution, he was sentenced to death and executed by guillotine. The scientific community was devastated. It took them only a moment to cut off his head, but 100 years will not suffice to produce another like him. Legacy. He gave chemistry. 1. The law of conservation of mass. 2. Oxygen theory of combustion. 3. Chemical naming system. 4. First modern chemistry textbook. Today, every chemistry classroom, every laboratory, and every student of science stands on the foundation Lavoisier built. He gave us the tools, laws, and language of modern chemistry. Truly, Antoine Lavoisier deserves the title Father of Modern Chemistry. If you enjoyed this story, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Curio Chem, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next journey into the world of legendary scientists. Until then, keep your curiosity glowing.